Good morning, everybody. Welcome again to Vancouver Island Bushcraft. So it's been a couple of days since I went on the Lost in the Woods overnighter. Lots of people are looking at the video. It's kind of cool. So what to do after? One of the things that you want to make sure that you do after you've been out in the woods is replenish your pack. You use stuff in the woods, and you want to make sure that everything is back the way it's supposed to be so you can go out again if you need to as a bug out bag. Just going to put you down here. There we go. So my headlamp, I used up the batteries, most of them anyway, and of course I have the 3 batteries on here, so I replenished 3 new batteries, so it's actually on the headlamp. And when you put it on, the batteries are not intrusive at all. I don't feel them. And of course I have 3 batteries ready to go. So I made sure I replenished that. My tarp is dry and repacked. That was fun to do in the rain. And a couple of things, let's see. Oh, the filters that I have. Remember these great filters? One of the filter that I brought in, I've used it many times. I used the one. And the seam failed. So that I threw that one away, and I'm using another one. So it looks like these have a finite life, maybe half a dozen to a dozen times, and it looks like they will break down. So that's something to keep in mind when you do pack these things. Maybe pack an extra filter, like a paper filter, just in case they fail halfway through your bushcrafting. I used a triangular bandage when I was in the bush. When I was just out there, it failed. I used a triangular bandage and used that to filter the coffee, so not a big deal. I've of course replenished all of my food. Everything that's here for food wise I've replenished, and we're good to go with that. Oh, one thing I noticed, did you guys notice when I was, oh, this thing's just all over the place, so hang on, I just gotta tighten this up. Alright, did you notice when I was starting the fire, I originally had the one fire starter, lit it, it went on fire, went out, and then I lit the other one with the lighter. So I thought, I made some more, because of course I used up 2, I made some more. So I made exactly the same thing, but instead of using the jute twine as a wick, I'm now using Gorilla Tape, and the Gorilla Tape goes all the way down, and I wrapped it, because Gorilla Tape burns extremely hot. And now when I light this, or light the Gorilla Tape, it will light the main structure, because I noticed you light the jute twine, it lights and then just goes out, which of course in a survival situation, if I only had the one, it would have been a little more difficult to light. So now I'm adding this piece of Gorilla Tape, and it'll light no problem. The other flashlights that I have, that I brought, I've replenished the batteries. Of course, I store the batteries on the sides of the flashlights. This flashlight's a really good flashlight, but unfortunately, it has a button right here for turning it on and off. And when I went to use it, it didn't work because it had been turned on in the pack. So I took one battery out. There's 3 batteries in here, and I have it on here with Gorilla Tapes. When I go into the field, I'll just put it back in the flashlight, and it'll work. I don't have to worry about it draining while I'm walking. What else? I made sure that all of the knives and the silky saw have all been oiled. They're cleaned, and they have I use WD-40 type of oil. Make sure that's all done. All the foods, dishes are all clean, and yeah, that's about it. But replenishing is the key here of what I wanted to tell you guys. When you come back, make sure everything's clean, and make sure everything is put back in your backpack, and anything you used, clean it, put it back, and replenish anything, your coffee, your spices, your batteries, your food, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to touch bases on today, was making sure your pack is ready to go on a bug out or another trip without worrying about the diminishing supplies. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching Vancouver Island Bushcraft, and